Thank you so much to the publishers who sent me these 23 books in the second half of July. Let's just jump right into the haul. Let's start with the 4 books that I got at Comic-Con. The Del Rey team at Penguin Random House gifted me these 3 books, so thank you to the Del Rey team. Got The Need by Megan Mostyn. This one publishes on September 22nd. I have already read it. It is about a cannibalistic family as they try to conceal the fact that they are cannibals and get away from the family that they came from. This unfortunately didn't work for me, but I really think it's going to be a banger for a lot of people. Delusion is a YA graphic novel. It's a horror book, and the artwork looks really cool. I've never read a graphic novel, so I'm excited about this. And then we have Pictures of You by Josh Malerman. This publishes on September 8th. It is a literary suspense horror about a woman who is held captive by a mad artist. I have read this one. I did ultimately enjoy it, though it is definitely not my favorite Josh Malerman book. And then the team at the Hachette booth gave me The Night We Met by Abby Jimenez. This is a romance book, which is definitely not my typical genres, but maybe a good palate cleanser sometime. I don't know. Let me know if you've read it. Thank you, Dutton Books, for the copy of The Unknown by Riley Sager. This is a horror thriller about an actress who gets a job depicting a real-life crime about 5 women who disappeared in 1926 from a remote island, who then realizes that history is repeating itself. Also came with this cute little Dear Reader thing, a little keychain for The Unknown, and a little art piece postcard. Thank you, Atria Books, for a copy of One of the Family by Mark Edwards. This is a thriller following a man who goes on vacation with his girlfriend's family and then finds himself entangled in a sinister plot. I'm actually reading this right now and enjoying it so far, though by the time you see this, I probably have already finished it. Also from Atria Books, a collection of short stories, Something Followed Us Home, and they are all by Latinx authors. Thank you, Saga Press, for the copy of Off the Reservation by Stephen Graham Jones. This is the sequel to The Only Good Indians. It follows Nate Yellowtail as he joins together with a group of older Blackfeet to recover the bones of a boy who died at the infamous Carlisle Indian Industrial School and bring them back home where they rightfully belong. But unfortunately for them, something comes home with the bones. I've already read this, tore through it, absolutely loved it, rated it 5 stars. Thank you, Bantam Books, for these 6 books. The Wedding Week by Alicia Said is a thriller where dark secrets emerge at a lavish wedding in the Everglades. Liberty Street by Heather Marshall is a historical fiction mystery with dual timelines that follows a journalist that goes into a 1960s prison to expose its dark secrets, and a 1996 detective who uncovers the story decades later. Sex on Murder Island by Joe Firestone is the 2nd book in the Luella Van Horn mystery series, and it follows an investigator as they are looking into a murder of a billionaire on this island that is ridden with sexual scandal. 9 Lives by Catherine Steadman is a thriller that follows a woman who grows obsessed with spying on her neighbors via the camera on her cat's collar and soon uncovers their secrets. The Intrigue by Sylvia Moreno Garcia is a noir about a con artist whose latest victim's niece wants in on conning her aunt. Perfect Life by Meredith Lavender and Kendall Shores is a mystery thriller about a woman who decides to run away from her life in California just for her husband to be implicated in a murder. Thank you, St. Martin's Press, for the copy of Carry Me to My Grave by Christopher Golden. This is a vampiric road trip horror book about a son and his family who are asked to take the mother's body to her final resting place and battle off the supernatural forces that follow her. I read this and I loved it. Thank you, Flatiron Books, for the copy of Look What the Cat Dragged In by Jason Rekulik. This publishes on October 13th, and it follows a cartoonist that is cat-sitting this cat, and then really weird stuff starts to happen, and she starts to think that the cat that she's watching isn't a typical cat. This book also has a bunch of illustrations. I saw a little peek of one. I'm excited. Thank you, Viking Books, for the copy of Getting Away with Murder by Sherry LaPena. This follows a couple who is used to a lavish lifestyle, but they're experiencing some money troubles and decide that they are going to murder one of their family members and live the life that they're used to. Of course, things don't go super smoothly for them. I did already read this one. It was quite enjoyable. My review for it will be up on Thursday. Thank you, Kensington Publishing, for the copy of Behind Every Face by Charlie Donnelly. This publishes on January 26th. It's so cool holding the cover of this because I went to the reveal party in New York and it was awesome, and I'm excited for this book. It follows a journalist who holds a secret that is powerful enough to bring down some very influential and powerful men. Thank you, Harper Villa, for these next 2 books. To Bewitch a Hunter by Luciano Lamberti publishes on October 13th. This is set in Argentina and follows a woman who is approached by another woman who says that she knows what happened to her real parents, triggering a hallucinatory odyssey into a family history of disappearances and blood sacrifices. What the Forest Devours by Elaine Villar Madruga is a Caribbean gothic horror book about a society that raises their children to be food. Until one day, someone shows up and changes everything. Thank you, Zando Projects, for the copy of Morsels by Abe Moss. This was on Kindle Unlimited. I'm not sure if it still is, but this follows a woman who is super nervous to go meet her boyfriend's family, and she should be because things go horribly wrong. I actually read this during a segment of Best or Worst Horror Books, and I absolutely loved it. It was diabolical. And lastly, thank you Sourcebooks for these last 2 books. Mr. and Mrs. Dixon, Hide a Body by Jennifer Holditch is a darkly comedic thriller about a couple who accidentally cause an accident and then have to hide a body. Monster in the Mirror by Janasha Prabhu publishes on October 20th, and this is a thriller about a woman who is found cradling her girlfriend's body, and because her uncle was a serial killer, they immediately suspect her of the same. She seeks the help from a friend, but then that friend winds up dead too, and she's starting to look way guilty. Thank you for watching, and again, thank you to the publishers for sending me all these books. The ones I haven't read sound so amazing. I'm forever grateful. Let me know in the comments of the books that I haven't read yet which I should pick up first.